Hello, and welcome back to another Dokkan battle video. So, Physical Kid BUU Super EZA is finally live in-game. He is still weak to Pure Sands, however, there are missions for this, where it does specifically want you to use 3 or more Miraculous Awakening characters on your team, so that's why we have a couple of those on here. Do keep in mind that for every single one of these Super EZAs, they do explicitly want you to be using EZA Awakened characters that, like, exist already. They will do just more damage and will defend a little bit better. Who does he link better with? I guess that's fine. So, I do believe this is probably just going to be, like, the Super Vegeta, like, life, right? Like, Super Vegeta's probably just going to clutch this up entirely. But essentially, how this is going to go, right, with this Super EZA, I think that he is incredibly good. People are going to be overrating him and underrating him for the entirety of his life. And I think that is probably just going to be how it is. Wow, this guy's tanky. Okay. If he's that tanky, I'll just do like 1 or 2 runs and then we'll be done. Because if he takes like 3 minutes to go down, then it is what it is, right? But, as I was trying to say, the majority of this, right, of this guy's lifestyle, it's always been, he is an incredible support type unit, and he's, like, really, really good. And now he's just that, but better, right? People are going to go through this guy's lifestyle until he's, like, we're about to close the game, and people saying that, oh, we can still bring Physical Kid BUU into fights, and tossing Physical Kid BUU off lead and doing all this with Physical Kid BUU. That happened for so long. People were still running Physical Kid BUU last year, which I find ridiculous for a multitude of reasons. One of the main ones being he brought basically nothing to the table, except for the fact that he gave some support when he was high enough HP for that, which I feel like is not worth having a literal 0 on your team. If that's all they're doing is bringing a little bit of support, you can just bring anything else, and that value will be transferred somewhere else. But for some reason, people are like, oh, Physical Kid BUU. I think the main culprit of that was actually Vector. No hate to Vector or anything, I just felt like it was kind of dumb to just toss Physical Kid BUU off lead on stuff. Like, I feel like this game is not balanced around off lead shenanigans. That's why, like, I personally, the only character I've ever run off lead is Tech Caulifla, because she has a 100% chance to dodge, and it just gave you, like, a free slot 1 character. But, like, besides her, I don't like running off lead characters. Like, 'cause I get it. Oh, they have a Revive and a Ghost Usher, run Metal Cooler off lead. He's crazy off lead, right? I don't find value in him doing nothing besides dying. Right? Like, that's just not how I like to play this game. I like to stick within the category. I think if your whole thing is like, oh, Fat Boo's great because he's amazing off lead, like, let's chill. Like, he's great when he has no stats and he doesn't contribute anything at all, except he dies at the end of 1 turn, so that way he is dead. And then next turn he he uses his Ghost Usher, and by then hopefully you win before he comes back again. Like, I just think that that's dumb. Right, I think that judging your opinion on a character based on how good they perform when they're not on the leader skill is kind of stupid. But for Physical Kid BUU, though, I think he's one of these characters that, like, you can just toss on every single team. That, again, if he's on the leader skill, stop tossing this man on off lead teams. He's going to die, and it's not going to do anything for you, right? I think every single team that he has, you're going to want to run him on. Like, I think he just works too good for him not to be available, like, not to be used. Also, we did get all the missions done immediately. Big ups. That puts us at how many? I think you still need 30 of these, right? So it should be like 18, I think. Yeah, okay. I do think that they should give more stones for this. I think 2 stones for beating the Super EZA is kind of small. Maybe I get not doing like 50 or like 30 stones like they did for like when the EZA initially came out, but maybe they could at least give us like 15, like half. I think that would be fine. I don't see an issue with that personally. I get that they want to like limit that kind of thing, like premium currency, but 2 2 is a bit small for a brand new EZA. I guess it's not technically brand new, but revitalizing an old character is one of these things that I think should give us a little bit more than 2 stones. I get that this guy dropped in goddamn 2015, but like, I would like a little bit more reward for doing this super easy. I'm just saying. Also, with the fact that we know that Physical Goku Black is going to be coming out on JP eventually, I do think 100% like the old Physical Goku Black, because the Physical Rose, right, the Dokkan Fest, who a lot of people really hate, but I actually really like. He's like the only 20% lead Dokkan Fest I have on my global account. I don't really play on my global account very much, but when I do, I use Physical Goku Black, and he's just fun. I like him. I get that he's probably not like the best 20% leader that's dropped this year, but I mean, out of the ones I've used, right, and I have him 79% on global, he is so goddamn fun, and like he just works. Like he works really well. Though they have been spamming like STR events, and I don't know how well he's gonna do in like the anniversary content. I think he would do really, really crazy, specifically against what is it? Beast. And I think Beast is probably gonna be like his best fight when he comes out on JP. That the Beast and Piccolo one probably he'd do pretty good in. I don't see why he wouldn't do well against the movie boss Red Zone. I think he could just kill Broly, especially if you get good luck. Like he's one of those like RNG based characters. But the point being, the reason I'm talking about him, right, is I think all the Physical Goku Black is more than likely going to Super EZA when he drops on JP, which does really, really excite me, because if you remember, those 2 characters are different on global and JP. Physical Goku Black, when he initially dropped on, I believe, JP, he didn't give ki at all. He didn't have any support, but on global he does, and they didn't fix that when he EZA'd for some reason. So I'm hoping that once he Super EZAs, they'll amend the differences between the JP and the global version. Same thing with the Icon and the Super Saiyan Kaioken. Those are all units that are different on both versions for some reason. And funny enough, in this celebration, Int Pycon was the wrong typing on global on the news, so they had to change it. So it's like even they know that they kind of messed up. So I'm really hoping that like some of these things get alleviated once they finally like EZA or Super EZA. So I do think Physical Goku Black is going to be Super EZAing soon. Whatever we see like in the next like week or so, once the next celebration starts up, which I'm not entirely sure what it is, what the next celebration is going to be on JP. It's going to be pretty easy to know what like the Super EZA is, because they literally tell us like way before it even comes out. Because you remember when Topo dropped, he had a special pose banner that dropped, and it had Tech Super Saiyan 3 on it. So it's pretty telling. And then, of course, for this celebration, we just got a banner that they showed off early on global. Sorry, I don't know what was on my throat right now. But they showed a banner early on global that had Physical Kid Buu on it, and obviously we're doing the Physical Kid Buu Super EZA right now. So once we see one of those like category banners in the news, that is how you know what Super EZA is coming. Now, funny enough, they put Int Kid Buu on that banner, but Int Kid Buu, there's no shot he's gonna be Super EZAing. Because I'm pretty sure this celebration is done. I don't know if we have anything else going on. I believe everything finishes up. Let me actually see when the missions stop. Let's see here. The 30th is what it seems. The 25th has a lot of these end dates as well. So this event should be finishing roughly around. Actually, the 31st is because typically how these things go. I'm looking at the Dokkan Fest event medals that you get from the missions, right? Those typically go away the second the celebration stops. right? And those seem to be ending on the 31st. So I would assume a new celebration will be starting roughly around the end of this month. So in like 10 days, right? Now, personally, I don't really know what they're gonna do for the next celebration. It could be literally anything. I don't think it's gonna be Tanabata, right? Because I'm pretty sure we're just gonna go into another random Dokkan Fest. I need to like look back at like the timeline of like last year so that I can actually see. Because what month is it right now? May? Yeah, Golden Week Part 2. And then we went into the Turles celebration. And that started on the 31st, yeah. So by the 31st, expect to have a new Dokkan Fest. Last year was Turles, and he was mediocre at best. So I'm hoping that whatever we get next is going to be really, really crazy. That did have a Part 2 LR. So I do expect us to get another like gold coin unit with like a pity banner. So who knows? The gold coins have been pretty okay. I really liked Ginyu, but like Gohan, he seems to be solid but nothing crazy. So he kind of worries me for the future of like gold coins. I have enough like footage of this. This Kid Buu event is not that bad. I'm sure you guys don't need to watch me do this for another like 2 minutes, right? That's pretty much it. So that's Physical Kid Buu, right? I think he's good. I'm excited to see what's going to happen next. By the time the 31st hits, we should know who the next Super EZA character is. But if we're going to be looking at the track record of this guy, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, and then AGL Super Saiyan 3 Dragon Fist, all of them have been ridiculously powerful. So I am incredibly excited to see who comes next, especially Physical Black. He can be really, really crazy, especially next to the Dokkan Fest one, especially if he Rainbow Warp changes. I'm incredibly excited for that when that drops. But anyway, let me know how you guys feel about Physical Kid Buu in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.